Hello. Hello and welcome to another episode of Resonance. As you can see, this is a little bit special one because I'm here like in live. And not only that, we also have more people. We have Cyro and Prime.
Hello.
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 Welcome. And also, a big shout out, we have Snooper, we have Foxford, also Kajima and Colonnade who helped this beautiful stream to happen and make it a lot fancier than would have been.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the light we are using is a little bit possessed from Halloween, so it might flicker a little bit. If it's too much of an issue, make a GitHub issue, please.
Yeah. We'll get on that right away.
Yes. Anyway, welcome. Can you hear us fine? Is audio like going okay? We have like all the super like fancy setup.
Can you hear all of our voices well?
Hello. Yeah, they're saying, wow, the graphics looks great. Yeah, this is a bit of an upgrade. We still have like some rendering issues with the light, but it's working.
Beta build of the new rendering engine.
Beta build, yeah.
Yeah, it'll look like this.
Hyper focusing on realism.
Oh, there we go. See?
Yeah, there we go.
See? a little bit of rendering backs.
Oops,
Anyway.
that's my water bottle. Off to a great start.
Off to a
Yes.
great start.
Anyway, welcome. As well, like audience, like all fine. We already got a bunch of questions piling up, but for those of you who don't know, Resonance, it's essentially like a chill stream podcast, like where we're going to be answering our questions about Resonite. It can be anything. It can be technological. It can be like philosophy of the platform. It's future, past, even like some personal questions. If you want to let us, if you want to like know us a little bit better. So feel free to ask anything. Some things we might redirect you. So for example, if you ask stuff about moderation, we'll probably redirect you to moderation office hours. If I was gonna say like if you ask like some like business stuff, we can redirect you to Prime, but we have Prime here, so like we'll
Yeah, Prime
just
is right there.
we'll
Yeah, I'm happy to
redirect
do
you
business stuff.
here. But yeah, if you ask like stuff with like content team, then we'll also like redirect you there. There's like a bunch of different office hours. The only thing, make sure that you put a question mark. If you put a question mark, it pops on our thing. We have a funny setup here, so we can actually put questions on screen. It's gonna pop in, we're gonna put it in, so we can like answer it. We also have a bunch of questions from Discord. We're gonna go through those first, while some Twitch questions pile up. And I think it's kind of everything.
I think that's everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's the basics. We already people are already figuring out, so we should be able to get started.
Yeah.
But first, actually, how's everyone's holidays?
Fantastic. It's always
Oh,
good to
great.
sort of stop and
Yes.
relax and chill out for a bit.
Yeah, it's great to be here with everyone, and it's very fun. It's
Yes.
great to see everyone again.
I booted to Linux for the first time.
Oh yeah,
Over the holidays.
you're starting to use Linux now.
Yeah, I started
You're a
using
Linux
Linux.
user.
I was like, I can just chill, kind of mess with it. So like that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
Oh my
god!
God.
Oh my god! Thank you, Jack the
So
Fox
many.
author.
Oh, we green screened it. Oh, I didn't know
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
done that. That's
Oh,
so
yeah,
cool.
Did it show?
the
I didn't
particle
actually
on the
catch it.
screen. That's awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, we put it so you can actually see like a little overlay. So yeah, we should be able to get started. I'm gonna pull the first question from Discord.
Go for it. Let's get the questions going.
Let's go to the questions channel. And the first one is a bit of a big one. Let me paste it in. And let's see, there we go. There we go. Look at our beautiful setup. Like, I'm gonna. There we go. We have a question here. I might have made it too big. Let me make it a little.
Of course, this is the 3D. This is beautiful.
It's 3D. It's like this is we're mixing reality
Do you wanna
and
have the
virtual
question?
reality. This is mixed reality. There we go. I actually need to look at it so I can read it. So Goldie Raccoon is asking, have you heard of triangle splatting? Apparently, it can look better than Gaussian splat, and there's like a bunch of GitHub links. Yeah, I actually have. So what is like really interesting about it is like yeah, it looks really like nice and like it seems like simpler than like Gaussian splatting because like it's just triangles, one thing that bugged me a little bit because they also have like a bunch of like statistics about performance, but the statistics for performance they're showing off, they come from a simplified version which doesn't do any blending, where it's just literally just triangles and it's not going to any sort of like blending or like directional color. And it was a little bit harder to like find like what's actually the performance metrics when it's doing the full splatting. But yeah, it seems like a very interesting method. The main question is like, how is it gonna be how's it gonna be like like adopted with like various tools? Because for right now for Gaussian splatting, if I use like we have a bunch of photos and we'll like process them, the software supports the traditional kind of Gaussian splatting. For it to really start being like used, and maybe like for us implementing it, like it would need to have like more widespread adoption, and that might probably take a while. It might also not happen. Maybe different approaches will like win out, but that's definitely interesting.
Does it require any like kind of does it require any special rendering like how normal Gaussian splatting does, like where you have to sort them a certain way, or?
Yeah, for the normal rendering, you do have to. Like if you want like the full on like where it actually blends, they do have that mode like where it just literally fits in the regular pipeline where it's just triangles, and like then just the traditional graphical pipeline like handles it, but then also like you can see it's like made from triangles because they have like harsh edges and they're not like blending together. So you can kind of use that mode, but it like has a bunch of like visual artifacts. It's really fast. It's very easy to add up, but doesn't look like as realistic because of the like harsh edges.
Okay.
So it's definitely interesting. It's also good like just seeing more research. Okay, I'm good to move to the next one.
Yeah, go for it. I actually don't know what it is. I'll look into it later.
So the next one is another from Discord. Is from Mars. Let's see, let me pop it in. This works. Oh. There we go.
I'm
So,
resting my hands on it.
Mars is asking, do you code review? Hold on, I need to focus a little bit more. Do you code review your code with someone else before pushing to Froox engine? It kind of depends. Usually, like if it's like small things, I kind of push them in. If there's like things where I'm uncertain, I'll usually ask some like other team members to kind of look at it. So it kind of depends. Like I usually have like a bit of a like intuition. I'm like, this is potentially prone to breakage. Maybe like we need to test this more, or like some things like if I like say add a new module to a particle system that's like very isolated, and I'm like like this doesn't really need as much. So and I do like usually thoroughly test it.
It's interesting because like sometimes like all the sort of guidelines, policies, review things that you might need have to go out the window because it's an emergency, and so we still sometimes do that. Like if it's security or like high priority, it's just like who needs to review that? Let's get it out, let's get it fixed. But then usually yes, sometimes reviews run long, but I would rather that everyone on the team is happy and like satisfied that the code is good, rather than moving too fast and losing traction.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of those things that's very like specific, like on what is being reviewed. If it's like a relatively small change that doesn't like affect things, like then it's like like it's probably fine. Like there's not gonna, even if it's gonna cause like some issues, it's very isolated to that component, we can just fix it. But if it's like a change that like has like more wide like impact, then like it needs a little bit more. So it's like use kind of like a bit of a like common sense on like determining how much of a review it needs.
We're also trying to sort of improve that as we grow. We had Cyro join us, was it last year?
Yes.
Before that, it was an even smaller engineering team. And as they, as we grow, we need to share knowledge with each other and make sure that we have the ability to like keep moving at the same speed. So we're looking into sort of automation around code rules, styling, automated tests. I love tests. We need to write more.
Yeah, like those are like great. Like even like writing a lot of like really like in-depth tests for stuff, and they get like even like for example when I'm reviewing Prime's code and like there's the test, I'm like that gives me a little more confidence this works. It's actually another thing that I feel like it's gonna help us a lot is like once we have like molecule, because we'll just make it super easy. Like somebody makes a branch, like adding new features or changing something, it just instantly makes the builds. Like the CI/CD, the stuff that JFord has been working on. It just makes the builds, and then you just say like make this branch available, test it with community, and then like when it comes to reviewing the code, like we've already done a bunch of testing with everyone, and it gives us much better confidence. Oh, this is not gonna like break something, and I think that's gonna like help us like especially as we keep growing.
Yep.
Yeah, that would help with like testing like the GNOME clipboard, for example.
Yeah.
Like being able to push it out and have a bunch of GNOME users test like the clipboard to make sure it doesn't break. That'd be very helpful because I don't have GNOME on my computer at the moment.
Yeah.
I just want to do a specific type of test called smoke tests, where we just like in a VM somewhere, we just run the build, start up Resonite, does the cloud home load, If so, yes. If the cloud home doesn't load, something's wrong. We can flag that early.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I like myself do a lot of manual smoke tests. Like when I'm changing something, I'm just like, okay, try this, put on a bunch of stuff, try like mess with things, see anything breaks. Okay, it seems like fine, generally enough. But sometimes with that, like you find like issues with edge cases, but at least like the core stuff didn't like explode, and can always like continue like fixing things.
Thumbs up.
Next question.
Next question. Let's see what we have next.
We need a name for the light ghost.
Yeah, like what was your name?
I don't know what you typically name. Do you have light ghosts that you name often?
Little Timmy, that'll do.
Little Timmy? Yeah, little Timmy's having a hard time today.
It's just the light is having a little bit of a stage fright.
Aegis is actually suggesting in chat that we call the light Jeffrey.
Oh. So the next question is from Colin the Cat. Seeing photon sublimiters you made immediately made me think of fireworks. Weather particles triggering sound effects. Would it be possible in a reasonable way? Yeah. So for those of you who haven't seen, I have added sublimiters, so they're going to be coming out soon. It's one of the like fun things I kind of wanted to do for a while, and they allow like a lot of really cool effects because essentially kind of particles emit other particles, and it can happen over the lifetime of the particle. It can happen, like when the particle starts, when it ends, or when it collides with something. So you can like have like do like a ricochet like sparkle effect. And of course, like fireworks, because you can have like some particles that then emit other particles, and it creates like this kind of chain effect. For the actual question, like for the sounds, it is possible. We have the module where particles can emit lights, so it's probably going to be like similar to that one in some ways, because you might want to like emit particles like on collision. You might want to like emit like during their lifetime, like you also want to emit like when they start or die. The only problem with that is like usually you have like lots of particles. You have like hundreds, thousands, even dozens of thousands of particles in the system, and you can't really have like that many sounds. That would be like too computationally expensive. So it would have to work in a similar way to the lights module, which has the similar limitation. You can't really have like that many lights, like where every single particle has light, because it gets very, very expensive. Like this light, actually this might be what's happening. This we are using forward rendering, and like there's another light source.
Yeah, we only have point lights in the ocean, of course. So we had to approximate one with like 500 point lights, right?
Yeah, so like and like there's just something that's shifting the priority, so it gets deprioritized.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that. So it can't have too many lights. But yeah, like you can't have like too many sounds, so it will probably work like in a similar manner where there's like upper limit on how many sounds you can have, and then like maybe you say every only 1% of particles. Say you have like 1,000 particles, and you say like 1% of them actually has sound. That works out to like 10 sounds, which would be like reasonable for the system. So it would be separate from the sublimiters. Like it would be like its own system, but it's not too difficult to add. It would just need to have like those kind of limitations to like have reasonable performance. So let's look at the next question. We have still some more from Discord. We have two more. So
Two more Discord, yeah.
Two from Discord, and then we're gonna get to the live stream ones. So the next one from Discord.
I love this.
How do you like our setup? So the question is from Loic Tomasot. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. Hello, hope you had very nice holidays. I wanted to ask about the search of a future render, if it shouldn't be required in long term that the code source have to be accessible, at least by your team or open source, so you could still choose render with majority of capabilities, while also be able to add any feature to fill the gaps. I think we actually have like a requirement that needs to be like open source. Like it's one of the kind of like upfront things, like where we want to have an open source renderer, because we, as part of that work, like we want it to be open, to also allow community contributions and allow community forks of the renderer, like improvements and like other stuff. So yeah, that's definitely one of the requirements. If it's not like explicitly written there, we might just like add like a comment to the discussion, and we might just put it there. But I think like we already like we kind of start with it like, you know, we're looking for open source render. So it is definitely a requirement.
It's always easier to like start something open source as well than to like convert it to open source later. So if we find a good renderer that's already open source that we're going to adopt, beautiful. Its community gets a boost from us. You guys get the new renderer and we have fun.
Yeah. It's kind of like win-win situation. Plus, like, after your experience, you know, with Unity and not being able to like fix certain issues and just having to either find workarounds and just be like, this is our life, like, you know, like, we can't fix this.
Aren't there some Unity issues that we can't even figure out because it's of its nature?
Yeah, like there's a bunch like where it's just like this is happening somewhere deep in its Unity native code, and like, how do we even like begin?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Unity wants like a lot for the source access. So like having the render like be open source is definitely like very important part.
Yeah, that way it's not like an opaque black box to us that we can't like see inside.
Yeah.
We can go under the hood, change the engine.
we can be like, we can make it wherever, we can make it do whatever we want.
We can change its blinker fluid.
It will bend to our whim.
Yes. Okay. Let's see, what's the next question? There's actually two questions. I'm gonna bring them in one go. There we go. Let me pop that in. Ooh, light is getting spooked again. There we go. I also need to focus on it so I can actually read it. Zenur's asking two questions. One, with Resonite being slightly over 2 years ago now, if you could tell past you something on the day of release, what would it be?
It's difficult.
I would probably just say like, it'll be okay.
That's a good way of looking at
I remember like when we released, like there was a lot of uncertainties, and like we were not sure, are we gonna last a month? Are we gonna last 2 months? Like what's gonna happen? So there was like a lot of worry about that. So I guess that would be the main thing for me.
I didn't really think about it from a reassurance point of view. I thought about it from a like change point of view, like if there's anything we would want to change or do differently. But no, from a reassurance thing, that's good.
Yeah.
I sometimes think about like, if I had a time machine, what would I do? And I guess like go back in time, shake hands with your past self and go, it'll be all right, is like a good way of looking at things sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, if it comes like to some other things, like, I don't know, it's kind of like a hard thing because like as you like work on things, you learn a lot, and then like you redesign systems with that new knowledge. So it might be kind of like, we might be dead, you know, like, but it's kind of like, that kind of gets into like the weird thing, is because like part of the design is because you learned something, and if you just tell your past self like, have you like learned like that you should do things this way, or like, I don't know, I get weird like with like the time like hypotheticals, like.
Yeah, I mean like, I would give myself a hug back then due to like all of like the emotional distress of that, and be like, just keep doing what you're doing and it's gonna be good.
Yeah, this is the main thing for me. It was just dominating, was just worrying, are we gonna like explode like.
But we didn't.
Like that life.
We didn't explode into a firewall. We exploded into a firework.
Yeah.
A sub-emitter powered firework.
Yeah, we can do this firework soon with sub-emitters.
Yeah, we splatted into the gloopy.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Like we're splatting now in the Resonite.
Yeah, we're splatting.
The second question?
Yes. So the second question from Zenur is like, so far, the platform and community met your expectation. Has the platform and the community met your expectations, or were there never any to begin with? In other words, at this point in time, are you more or less satisfied with what has been achieved? I thought it's kind of difficult one, because like we don't have like too many expectations specifically. We just like, you know, try to do our best and kind of like, you know, see like what happens.
I think we were nervous about what the community would think.
Yeah.
But that's not like expectations. That's just sort of.
Yeah. Like the initial support like we got was actually like, I would say like also like, you know, when we launched like we got like way more support than like we thought, and like we were a little bit worrying like the people are gonna like, you know, have like issues with things and so on. So it's definitely like been great, and like we are able to still like, you know, exist and keep going thanks to our community, because, you know, they keep supporting us and they keep this place going.
Yeah. we kind of just like make stuff and hope that it's cool and people like it. But I would say I'm pretty happy with where we're going right now, like so far, like how things have been done so far. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
We're definitely cooking.
Yeah.
We're cooking chat.
There's always also like, the aspect of like, we could always, wish like we grow more, like, or faster than like we are, but like,
You do what you can.
we do what we can, and like, like you kind of deal with things as they come, and it's kind of like, a thing I kind of learned over the years. The main thing is just kind of the persistence. You keep going, and some things you'll do, like they bring more people. Some things you do, they don't do as much, but maybe they like, kind of work for more things. The most important thing is to just kind of keep going and keep making the platform better.
I'm actually really happy that like the community is so with us, like wherever we go. Like they're just, the amount of support that you guys give us is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we're over to Twitch now.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's all the Discord questions. We should be able to start bringing in the Twitch ones, and we actually got there's like quite a bit piled up.
Oh, that's a few.
So the first one, this is actually a test question, but like I'm gonna bring it because it's funny. Snooper's asking, why is a Froox?
Why not?
Because blue blood.
Why are any of us?
What? I got cheese thrown on me for that.
You got cheese.
Cheese. Oh, you got cheese. Why more cheese?
Cheese to
We
meet you.
probably should get a cheese. Now there's two.
Now there's two. Oh yeah, we have lots of stuff behind us, lots of sort of in-jokes, memes, etc. Figure them out.
So the first Discord question is from Socks the Fennec. They're asking Schnoppit. I have one.
Oh boy, alright.
That
Yeah.
light.
That light, yeah. The light's definitely a schnappe. Apparently it's had no trouble so far. And now, only today is it starting to flicker.
Yes. Apparently it's like Wi-Fi, so like the Wi-Fi might be like messing with it because like signal, and we're like, why does the light have a lot of Wi-Fi? Everything is Wi-Fi nowadays.
It knows we're talking about it now, so it's behaving.
Yeah, it's behaving. It's sobered up.
In terms of an actual schnappe, I don't know. I think Christmas has kind of erased my list of schnappets for the moment.
Yes.
I can't, nor do I want to think of anything bad right now. So
Yes, same. That's why I went with the light, because it's
I
fine.
think things are all right now.
I do have one.
Uh-oh.
Ride-sharing apps, the ride-sharing process, ride-share drivers, ride-share prices. Just, I don't know. Like, there's so many apps, there's so many prices, and there's so like, I don't know. I've just had the most awkward Uber rides this holiday period I've ever had. Weird conversations, like awkward like pickups and drop-offs, getting lost. It's always great when they like ask me for directions, and I'm like, I don't drive. Like, you gotta just figure it out.
Don't they have like Google like Maps or something?
They do, but like if you're with a fellow driver, you're like, oh, is it that exit for this town? And that's something a fellow driver would know, particularly if they're in the area. But it's something I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense. But fortunately, we got here on time. Okay, are we going to move to the next one?
Oh, I think so.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Next question is from Modify Arc. They are asking, what renderer is this? This is called the IRL renderer. You can get it by being in it already.
Yeah.
It's really complicated. There's like photons coming from Jeffrey, and they hit our like existence, and they bounce off, and then they hit the camera, and you see them. It's a completely unique rendering.
Yeah, it's I think it's both a forwards and backwards render.
No, it's ray traced.
It's ray traced.
It's also path traced.
And it's also like amazingly performant. What's the FPS? Like unmeasurable. It's just a million.
Yeah, the delta time is so low you can't even see it. You can't even measure it.
I think it's called the delta time is like literally Planck time.
Yeah, 1 Planck length.
Yeah. The only problem is like you need like an entire universe to like run it.
Yeah, that
like,
is kind of like the problem.
Those are not easy to come by.
But you can see it if you look out your window right now. It's out there. It's right there.
If you think our GitHub is busy, You should see the universe's GitHub.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
There's so many issues, yeah. Like you can't even open the inspector. And where's like the inventory?
There's the raw spectator here, man. This sucks.
There's also no documentation for it.
Yeah.
Like we literally have to like reverse engineer it. Like we have to build like giant particle accelerators to reverse engineer the renderer we are in.
Yeah, nobody has yet to compile it yet.
Yeah.
You can't compile it.
Just a little bit. It's also very messy. Like, you know, it's just kind of like all of it doesn't make sense. But
very over-engineered, in my opinion.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. That's the important part.
The next question. It's kind of related, I guess.
Everyone's going to be asking about the graphics.
The graphics. We're probably gonna skip like a bunch of these if there's like a lot of similars. What is with the graphics? Like, we kind of just covered it.
We just explained it.
Yeah, we just explained it.
I guess we could like talk about what cameras are running or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about the cameras.
I don't know about these two. That one is mine. That's my Sony.
Uh-oh.
What? Why is it?
I think
what
it
happened?
turned off.
It turned off.
Jeffrey.
Is it dead? Did the light kill it?
Oh no. What is
what is with the graphics?
That's gonna be that's gonna be such a meme.
Yeah, that's a meme. Like, what is with the graphics? Let's see. Yeah, we've got different first the reward.
That looks like a new question.
Oh my god, yes, that's Ace on Twitch.
Oh. Oh no, it's been revealed.
Oh no. Hi.
That was amazing.
Ace on Twitch is asking, with Prime being a special guest, would this Steam technically be the Reso Prime time?
You can call it whatever you would like.
The cheese time.
We want to do stuff like this more in the future. It's just, it's difficult when we're all around the world, but yeah.
Yes.
It's like, you live in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I'm in Minnesota, and you...
Washington.
You pretty much live here. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Jeffrey is among us.
That's kind of sus.
You can't say that. You've triggered so many people.
He's doing it less.
Yeah, actually, we have like a bunch of questions. There's like Sucks the Phoenix asking, what is the IRL you speak of? How does it compare to Resonite? Like, do we want to answer that one, or do we just kind of cover it?
We're gonna get a lot of like, oh, the graphics are so good kind of questions.
Oh my god.
We appreciate them. It's just we gotta
to move on to more serious questions maybe. Which this one probably isn't. Do you have thousands of confetti poppers for when BD arrives? I guess we'll see.
What's BD underscore?
BD underscore. They usually sub a lot.
Oh,
like a lot.
Okay, they're a whale.
Jack the Fox Author is asking, did the physical version of My Twitch arrive in time? It did. Look, it's here. It's here. It's literally right there. It's part of our reality.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's part of our reality. This is what we're using.
You're right here. If I can.
Twitch Chat Pro.
Yeah.
Twitch Chat Pro. What makes it pro? Why is there like?
Well, it's being used professionally right now.
Yeah,
this isn't a professional broadcast. I don't know what it is.
Is there like a casual version, like a non-pro version?
Oh, great.
A very good question for Prime from Jack the Fox Otter. How's business?
Business is going good. It shuts down over Christmas like a lot. The bigger the corporation that you're working with is, the more vacation they take around the holiday period and just in general. So we're blocked on a DNS issue right now, which of course it's DNS. But what I need someone to do is someone on a different team at the company needs to like probably push 4 or 5 buttons, and then the issue will be fixed. So we just got to wait. It's different when you're building with like a third party, because like they've got all their policies, procedures, teams, landscape, emails to deal with, and that slows things down. But like it needs to be slowed down because of the scale of the project. So it's fine. I'm hoping that they'll be resolved basically January 2nd, 3rd, and then we'll keep moving. We have a lot of work to do before March, but we're getting there, and like everything's getting unblocked. There's a point in every project where I'm like, I can actually do this. Like, it starts with like, I don't know if I could do this. This is really technical. This is really technically challenging. And you do a lot of sort of like doubt searching, and then you find all the information you need, and then the pieces start like clicking together, and then it's like, I can do this. This is gonna work.
Yeah, Bram's been doing like a really good job, like on all the business stuff. And so it's like, been trickling like for people as well, like adding some new features and things. That are like, useful for general population.
There'll be trickle-down improvements. One of the things that's good there is that because it's a corporation that is using Resonite, they have complaints which are similar to new user complaints that we have, and they're prepared to fund the development of fixes for that. So one that is coming to mind quite quickly is the arrow key functionality that we have. You can enable it in controls or user interface, I never remember which one, but you can then move around in first person using WASD and the arrow keys. And so if you don't have a mouse, which sometimes I don't, at an airport or something, I can still activate and use Resonite.
Yeah, it's more accessibility.
And they paid for that.
And which in turn help like other things as well. Okay, good for the next one.
I think so.
Let's see, we've got a bunch of gifted subs from Talibit. Thank you very much.
So many business.
How about a redo? Nuke is asking the thing that was literally just asked, so we're gonna skip it.
I'll give you like one more anecdote. The last meeting I had was like before December 20th. That's how much stuff slows down. So I haven't actually done business recently.
Next question is from Navy 3001 asking, when will render restart on crash update happen? We don't really do like when generally. It will happen when it's finished.
It'll happen when it's finished.
Yeah, we're kind of focusing on some more kind of like fun stuff, like especially for like holidays and stuff. Well, not for holidays, but before holidays, and just kind of taking it easy. I do want to like finish it up. I don't know when exactly. Like when it's done, it's done.
We can confirm that it exists. Though. Yeah. There is a branch.
Yeah, I've implemented like a good chunk of it. There's like mechanisms where it can reboot the render, and it has like a whole mechanism where it detects the render is gone, it starts it again, and then it has a mechanism where it sends like a message to all the systems, the render is rebooted, you need to reset your state. The biggest problem is actually implementing the reset of the state, because for example, like assets, there can be like an asset that's in the middle of loading and the render crashes. And the loader for the manager for the asset, it needs to be able to handle that. It needs to be able to like stop doing whatever is doing loading and bring it back to like beginning. And I've been trying to like figure out what's the kind of most sensible way to implement that, because like one would be to just like essentially unload all the assets and then load them again. But also you have to do with stuff like procedural assets, because procedural assets don't really get loaded in the same way. So they also need to be like implemented like that. There's some systems where it's much easier, like where for example, when sending the render transforms, it has like it has like delta changes, and that one's kind of easy to reset. We just kind of remove all the delta change, all the delta change like data, and just be like, okay, your fresh state, just resend everything again. But the assets are like the bigger kind of part of it. So, but yeah, it's like a bunch of work on it's been done, but I don't know exactly when it's gonna be like finished.
I have an analogy that just came to mind that I'd like to share. If you imagine you're playing a game of Monopoly and you're in like turn 100 or whatever, and you just like flip the table, that's what you have to do when the render restarts. You have to put all the pieces back on the table, align them all up, figure out who's losing, and that's complicated.
Yeah. You essentially have to like reset state for everything, because like when it's like communicating, like there's a lot of kind of implicit state, and like the reset needs to kind of make it more explicit and be like, okay, like you need to just reset yourself back to like where it started, and then like rebuild like the structure again. So it's just a matter of time. Like it's we need to kind of like focus on the branch again, like to finish it up, but we've been kind of focusing on some other things. But yeah, it'll come at some point.
It'd be kind of neat, like if you could explicitly stop and start the render like when you want, so you could just leave it running without the render, and then be like, okay, I want graphics now, and then you start the render.
That would be possible with this potentially. Like okay. Once we have that system.
Yeah.
But like it still needs like if the system can handle with crash, where crash can happen at absolutely any point in time. you know, like you don't control that. It just crashes. It's gone. Then like, you know, having it like, you know, start and stop like when you want it to, like then it just implicitly handles that. It just makes it, you know, do more of a clean exit, but like the mechanisms, if the mechanism can handle a crash, they can handle like, you know, normal restart. Which also could be interesting because I know like some people want to do like when they're experimenting with community made renderers is where you could actually have it stop to one and launch a different render.
That would be really cool for like prototyping renders.
Yes.
Oh man, that'd
Just
be great.
Switch live like back and forth. So
have two renders running at the same time.
two at the same time, that would be a very
not.
different system. Like that would be more difficult. Because like there's like back and forth communication, so like then it would get difficult. Like, you know, okay, we have stuff coming back from the render, but this render says this thing, this render says this thing. How do you? That will require a whole system of its own.
Can't get too crazy now.
Yeah. But
next,
let's see what we have next.
I'm actually running out of scroll here. I can't see chat as much.
We've got a question from Ace on Twitch 17. They're asking, what the dog doing?
What's the dog doing?
I guess it's more prime-oriented one.
I mean, we don't really have any dogs here.
There's this guy.
I mean, on camera. We have a lot of dogs in the hat.
That one's kind of bald.
You know,
everyone's a dog.
Yeah, thank you. We've got something. Oh my god, it's Izzy. Thank you, Izzy.
Thanks, Izzy.
This is probably going to be horrible, but like this is literally live what the dog is doing. Oh dear, where are we? There we go. And that like semicircle at the bottom, that's the dog. There we go, they're shifting. There's an ear.
It's moving.
That's what the dog's doing.
Perfect. And then in the history, we got a lot of the subs from Jack the Fox Otter, so thank you again. Nitra's asking, is there a backup light bulb? I don't think this is even a light bulb. I think this is like an LED light. It's just like more...
Yeah, so the LED light is connected via Wi-Fi, and it keeps losing connection to like whatever computer it's connected to, and it flickers on and off when it loses connection.
Yeah, lights need Wi-Fi today.
Yeah, Wi-Fi lights.
Wi-Fi lights. No, it's good. We got more lights, so we're not in complete darkness. Ooh, Cody Online is asking. I think this one's directed at me because I was talking about Linux. They're asking what Linux distro. So I've been running EndeavourOS. It's been kind of recommended to me by a bunch of people, which technically is Arch, I guess, but easier.
Yes, it's pretty much just Arch, but like it's really just vanilla Arch, but they gave it a graphical installer to get you to a desktop easier, and they have one little tiny repo they added with a couple goody scripts in it to help aid like NVIDIA drivers and stuff. Yeah.
It just generally kind of works, like mostly works. There were like a few hiccups, but like I tried actually booting on my laptop like before as well. The first time I tried like booting, it killed my Wi-Fi adapter for a bit, and I had to do like a very hard power cycle for it to even come back. Like it was gone from Windows. Then like, you know, I tried like booting it again. It actually booted, but I made like the Windows explode like very quickly. And then I tried installing it, and it like booted on the live, like from the flash drive. I tried installing it. The installer Python like threw an exception, and it's like installation failed. Like the installer script threw an exception, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. It just like exploded. But then I tried again, and it actually installed, and then it wouldn't boot because of secure boot. So I was like, can I disable it? Because I use BitLocker and stuff, and I found, okay, I can just disable it. So, and then it booted. So, and I was on it for like several days without having to boot the Windows again.
Yeah, I think you found even like some games almost ran like smoother, like even under Proton.
Yes. Yeah, some things like feel smoother. Like what's actually interesting is like I wanted to like, I just made like small partition for it, but I still have like, you know, NTFS drives, and they're BitLocker encrypted.
Yes.
But it just kind of works. Like I give it the password for the drive, and like it works. Like I can like read and write files. But what was even cooler is like I wanted to install, like I wanted to make like a separate install location for Steam, so I can install some bigger games. Like I wanted to play Doom Dark Ages, which is like, you know, 120 gigs. Like it's big. And like when Steam saw like, oh, like there's already like Steam folder, it was like, oh yeah, all these games like that I installed on Windows are just available. You know, I can play them. So I didn't even need to like install it, and I could play, you know, the games I installed on Windows just because it's sharing a drive, and I didn't expect that to happen. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. And then I could update some of the games like on Linux and then have them updated on Windows.
Yeah, Linux is getting to the point where when stuff is to the point where it just works, it really does just work without a problem.
Yeah, I even have like little like screen, like multi-touch screen, like pan and like multi-touch and like pressure sensitivity, and it just works. I used it like with game by found like some note tab, and that worked. The only thing was like Bluetooth. Bluetooth, I was trying to connect my headphones, so I went to settings, and there's like one checkbox to enable it, another checkbox to enable. I was trying to toggling them, it doesn't work, I didn't do anything, and it was like, oh, like you need to run this command to like enable it, and then once you enable it, like you can enable it in the settings, and then it worked fine. But that was
Super
confusing.
enable.
Double, triple, quadruple enable it.
Yeah, you need to support enable Bluetooth.
You tell we like Linux.
Ooh. Ace on Twitch is asking, Froox, how is your Raspberry Pi so far? It's good. It's actually here. I don't know if you can show it on the camera. This might be out of focus because this is very shallow. There we go. Very shallow depth of field. But it's a Raspberry Pi I got. Look, it has stickers on it. There's Flux, there's Resonite, there's Glitch, who gave it to me as a Christmas present. I was gonna put like J4 sticker as well, but it's too big, and there's like no space, and the back is like perforated. I can also open it up.
You need some smaller stickers.
Look, it even has like a little, like, you know, cooler and a little fan. It's like a little baby computer. And we actually ran the headless on it, and it ran, like, and we started like spraying particles which were simulated on this, and it was able to simulate like confetti particles, like with collisions, like bouncing around, and it was still going like 120 FPS with just me in there. Like when I uncapped it, it was like over 400 FPS. That's like without the graphics. The GPU is kind of weak from what I found out, but the CPU is like quite beefy for what it is.
Yeah, that was like 48,000 particles too, all with collisions and everything.
Yeah, it was insane how much this can handle. This is the Raspberry Pi 5, by the way.
And it wasn't even getting hot.
Yeah, it was like 70 degrees like on it.
Yeah.
And we actually had a bunch of people like join on it, and like there was like what, like 10 people. Like, you know, and no calling system, so it was like simulating everybody's okay, it was like doing everything. It was still going like, you know,
yeah, it's just
70, 80 FPS like on this. That's pretty insane. So I'm gonna be playing like with this a lot more. And there's actually I found some C# libraries for working with the GPU I/O ports, so there might be like, you know, some fun stuff happening with that at some point, and some protoflex nodes maybe. So like we'll see.
GPIO protoflex node.
Yeah.
We can add it to the light.
Yeah, we can add it to light, so you can control the light, and this can be on Wi-Fi.
We can get a gyro so we can shake all the players around inside.
Yeah, actually it'd be funny, like, you know, just like there's people on it, and it can just be like, and like the world like gravity changes. And it would be actually easy because like if there's like, you know, protoflex, and we just map it to values, like, you know, we just take the vector, drive the gravity field, and like, you know, you're done.
There
like,
you go.
Put it to dynamic variable, like, you know, you can do a lot of like fun stuff with that.
We should make a world which is like laid out like the circuit board, but like blown up like city sites.
yes.
So then people can
that'd be
walk around
cool.
on the Pi.
Oh yes, I actually wanted to like 3D scan it because like I really like 3D scanning. You know, this has like a lot of like nice details in it. So if I do a really detailed scan, it'd be cool. Like be like, oh, you're inside of the Pi, and it could be literally inside of the Pi. I like that.
Imagine like you could like poke the pins in game to like turn them on. And
Oh yeah, yeah. Like once we have that, like you could just be like poke the pin and like, you know, do whatever.
Put like a fake jumper on it and jump the pins.
One idea I had is also like, you know, like around this somewhere, put a webcam and have it like control some stuff, and like people who join the headless will be able to see where they are physically. But it'd be like also like interesting is like, because this is like powered from USB-C, so I could literally just grab my battery pack and I could plug it in, start a headless, put like a webcam and be like, you exist on this headless will live as long as the battery has charge. Once the battery is gone, you die.
You could also add it to like a little robot.
Ooh, so they can drive around.
And then like it'll be like a headless on a robot driving around.
Oh, that'd be cool.
A headless on a drone.
Oh, that'd be. Oh my god, that's spooky.
Oh, we need to send a headless to space. I mean, like the data coverage would be terrible, but like you put it in a balloon, it goes all the way up. It'd be like you're in space.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Although I don't know about recovering that like after that, but that'd be a lot of fun. Like I kind of like that idea.
You could put an air tag on it or something to recover it.
I don't know like what's like the regulations like with sending like balloons in space, but
Tom Scott did it with garlic bread, so I'm sure you can figure it out.
yeah, we could. That'd be a fun project, sometime in the future.
I don't know about connectivity.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
Sadly.
it doesn't move that fast, so like maybe like GSM would work fine, or is actually that might be too high for that because they're really high.
Okay, well let's stop planning the project and go on to the next question.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You tell we're all developers, we get a little carried away.
Oh, so skip that one.
I'm sure that one's going to be popular with chat. Like we're going to send Resonite to space. That's a quote.
I mean, it'd be cool to just like get Resonite. There we go. Lelamp is asking, first thank you for the hard work, and don't worry if you don't have a response to my question. Would you have anything to share about upgrades to getString WebSockets and related to this, JSONs and dictionaries? Will we have some improvements in the future? Yes, there'll be improvements. There'll be like a lot of it's gonna be improved like once we do Protoflux collections, which is like pretty high on the list because a lot of people like this is gonna help a lot of creators on the platform. They're also not that huge to do, so like would like to do them soon TM. Not saying that's the next priority, but it's pretty high on the list because that's gonna enable a lot of like new kind of creativity. And it's pretty much gonna make it easy because once we have collections, like because dictionary, that's a collection. JSON is a collection, it's like collection of collections. So once we have the general support for collections, we can just add a node where it's like input string, parse JSON, output a collection, and then just have nodes to iterate over those collections. Or the opposite, like you have nodes to like compose collections, like add things to a dictionary, add things to a list, and then you have a node that accepts a collection, outputs JSON string, make it super easy. So that's definitely going to be improved.
If you take a look at how Unreal Engine blueprints handle collections, you'll get an idea of what things might look like. We haven't really started thinking about what it might look like, but it's a good way to sort of figure out what it might look like.
I kind of have, like, I have like a general idea on like how it's going to work for most of it. It's just a matter of like implementing it.
Okay.
It's gonna like copy kind of like a lot of the kind of C sharpness like bit, but like it is still kind of wrapping in a Protoflux way. And there we need to like kind of expand a little bit like on the like because one thing we need for it is sort of like localness analysis where because most collections you don't like if you build big ones you have like a temporary one and you don't want it to be synchronized because that's like you only use it once. So for that one it's gonna be fine, but if you took something like you made a collection and you have it in local like storage and then you drive something with it that easily eats to desync, and that's one of the things like we avoid. So we need to add like a system that's like, okay, you're trying to drive something from something local. Is this what you're really trying to do? Like the system's gonna like inform you of that because otherwise like people will just be like, oh, I just like drive this and it'll work for them. It'll be fine. Then somebody else joins in, and suddenly it's broken and they might be confused. And usually like we try to like avoid those kind of scenarios.
We don't want to send megabytes of JSON between people or like data that we're changing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Froox? Strings are the perfect array. We have arrays already.
No. I mean, yes, but no.
They're just immutable.
Okay, this is more reality. Not skipping that one. Ace on Twitch is asking. We might have. Maybe we have IRL Twitch commands at home. I mean, with this you maybe could. You could. There's another fun thing, just like if the GPIO was exposed to Protoflux, it could run like Twitch chat on this, and have connect it up to the GPIO and have it do stuff IRL. You can have it like flashing the light. Maybe the light is actually controlled by some things you're saying in the chat, and like we've been messing with you all around.
Have it actually fire like some confetti cannons.
Yeah, like fire confetti cannon, like make lights flicker. Things can happen.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Okay.
I'll not be more than a couple minutes.
We'll
We'll talk about Cyro whilst they're gone, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about Cyro. He might watch what we say on the stream, though. Should we go through more questions in the meanwhile, or should we just wait?
What's on the stack? Like, what have we got? Is there anything we can group together that would make sense, even if we jump around a little bit?
Oh, there's a. I feel like this one we could. I feel this one's kind of suited for you.
Okay.
Although I have like a thing.
That one I need to ask them. Who is that? I can't read the color.
Navy 3000 was asking when we will have player metrics for user created content.
By player metrics, are you meaning like stats about who's accessing it, who's interacting with it?
Yes.
Because if so, there are little bits in your engine already. Like I looked at the record, like everything is a record. Like an inventory item is a record, a directory is a record. Like it's all records, right? And each record has a visits and like a likes property on it that isn't populated right now. But like the sort of framework is there, and that's like big update marketplace though, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty much going to be like my first comment too, is like what kind of metrics you mean, because that can mean a lot of different things and there's like a bit of ambiguity. So it might be better kind of clarify like what kind of metrics like you're looking for, because that can help us answer it better.
I'm scrolling around and I don't see a follow-up. If you do follow up, we can go back to that one.
Yeah.
If it was more sort of platform level metrics, that's more my ballpark.
Yeah, it could be like there's a lot of ways to like interpret that. But also generally we won't even like then we're like doing probably say like when, we would just say like if it's actually I do have like let me actually undo this. Not that one. My general kind of my general like thing to that is like make a GitHub issue. If you want some specific metrics, make a GitHub issue, ask us for it, like be more specific like what you want to see, and then we can look at it and then we can evaluate like is this something we want to prioritize. So
I know it's like hard to do sometimes, and we're absolutely fine like asking for clarifications and then waiting for them, etc. But just think when you're asking questions, how much detail could I put into this so that the person answering it doesn't have to ask for any more detail? There is a balance there, of course, because then the questions get long and wordy, but sometimes it's good to just add more detail or
even just example, because user metrics could be like say FPS. Like we actually have like I think we have like one GitHub issue like where it's like okay like this shows how much what's the word? Where it essentially shows like this is the performance of this session, and it's like some statistics that like it shows. So it could be that, or metrics could be like number of visits, which we already kind of show. There's lots of ways to interpret like something like that. And which one we'd want to do like more, but like we don't know if the stuff we do want to do is the same stuff like you're asking about. Yeah, let me decide back. And next question is from Alex2PI. Alex2PI is asking, your stream right now reminds me a lot of the old Resonite hub and the Froox 3D hologram in it. Is such hologram still possible in Resonite? Yes, it is. You pretty much like need like the depth video, and then like there's like the shader for like the depth projection, but like all the stuff to do that is there. It's more about like having the hardware to actually record that video in the first place, which I don't have right now. So
when you made that video, did you use special hardware?
Yes. Yeah, it was like one of the structure sensors, which was like it has like a depth camera, and it's like for 3D scanning. But I found a way to just record the depth map, and then I made like a shader that like displaces like a grid like based on the depth data, which is still there. I can maybe even like find it, but I don't have the hardware to record it.
Oh, I thought it was a Kinect.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's similar for Kinect, like in how it functions, but it wasn't Kinect.
If you're a modder out there and you want to play around with a Kinect, go for it. I've got like 4 underneath my bed.
Yeah, you can find Kinects at like electronic recycling stores a lot these days, because they made so many, and now they don't make them, and now they're just all over the place.
Yeah. They do make the Azure Kinect, but it's a little more expensive.
Yeah, and
I
also
forgot about that. Yeah.
you need like a whole extra GPU to run it.
Yeah, it's very heavy. I mean, probably wouldn't be too heavy if you just get the depth data. It's heavy like when you like analyze and extract stuff. Okay, let's see.
Depending on your phone, there might be an app for it as well. If it's like
We got a subscription from Xenoworks. They're going meow. Thank you for the subscription.
Meow.
We've got a Ydem is J. I think that's J4.
I believe that. Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, I'm getting in there again. It's hard to judge distance on desktop. They're asking, Peck, is this real? Is it?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
It feels real.
It feels weird.
How do I switch avatar?
Yeah, can we, like, why are we in default avatars here?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, the inventory doesn't want to open.
it would be like very difficult to like pull off. But like you'd be like, let me switch avatar, right? It would switch your camera away from you. You'd put on like a fursuit head and then switch back and be like, done.
Yeah, once I first do, then we could do it. We could switch avatars. It's just a lot more effort.
Company mandated fursuit.
Yeah, we require everyone to wear their most expensive suit to meetings. Just show up in fursuit.
Welcome to the company. Here's your laptop, your ID badge, and your fursuit.
Yeah.
You must wear it at all times.
Must code in a fursuit.
Next up.
Let's see. Next question is from Ace on Twitch. They're asking, are you guys excited for the new year?
I would say so. I mean, it's like the next year is the day like any other day, but the celebrations, yes, I'm very excited for the celebrations at the very least.
I often wish that the holiday period was like shorter is the wrong word, but like condensed, I guess, might be there. Like there is like a bit of like oddness that occurs between Christmas Day and New Year.
Yeah.
The common meme is you don't know what day it is and you're full of cheese, and that's correct. But it feels like the world still stopped, right? But like January 2nd, 3rd, it's like everything starts up again, and you can start thinking about things like dentists and opticians and doctor visits, because like people aren't going to just auto respond with, I'm on vacation until the new year.
Yeah. I also like usually in the mode of like time just kind of flows linearly, so I'm like it's like to like be like, you know, sometimes people are like, oh, like you should like finish this before the new year, you know, finish this before this thing, and I'm like, why does it have to be like delineated like that? Like, you know, you can finish it January, you can finish it February, you know, like time keeps flowing. But there's actually one thing, like there's gonna be some cool things coming out. I've been like pestering Glitch about it because they announced the Silksong DLC and they're like coming 2026. So I've been like, is it 2026 yet? But at the same time, I don't want it to be because I want like more time. But like also like I want it to be 2026. So I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, why is there a deadline? You know, like for things happening before the new year, because it's gonna be like it's just another day.
It's another day.
You can make New Year's resolutions today, and you can make them on March 22nd. Doesn't matter.
Don't have to wait the entire year, or don't have to like cap it at the year.
We can do move mountains.
The next question. Oh, this is. I don't know if this is like meant to be on stream, but it is on stream. Super's asking. It appears having the realize animated was causing the light to freak out. A Wi-Fi congestion might be fixed. It got fixed live on stream. Thank you, Snooper.
Yeah, it's 100% fixed. If it happens again, it's all your fault, Snooper.
Welcome to the development team of the universe, Snooper.
We love you. We love you. Thank you, production.
Thank you. It's making faces now. Oh, we got typongs from Socks. Ooh, which is
I feel like at some point you just have to like try and sit between us.
Sorry. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh no. Oh.
Your nose is so long.
There we go. Hello. we got typunks from Strikes the Phoenix. Do you have a typunks?
Let me think.
For those who are unfamiliar, by the way, this is like something that we're happy about or enjoyed or...
Because they reintegrate.
Yes.
Schnopit is like, you know, like if you, like it's something that makes you just disintegrate, typunks makes you reintegrate. It's the reverse.
I would have to say my typunks is all of the friends that currently surround me right now.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like it is just all the spending time with other people.
It's crazy. That's almost like it's
kind of
true.
like a given, though, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's the only one I can really think of.
Same.
I've got one, which is the half a day I put into building Froox engine so that it has a 90% chance to succeed rather than a 60% chance to succeed on my computer. This isn't something that's wrong with like the overall engine or the overall build process. My computer's just a little bit old right now, and so it was struggling in particular parts of the build cycle. So I was like, I need to take time and do this, because what was happening before is I would go like build, I would wait 3 minutes and it would be like error, ran out of memory. And I'm like, that's not okay.
Oh, there's so many particles. Whoa.
Thank you.
We're being covered.
We're being covered in
Catch them on your
particles.
tongue like snowflakes.
How did it taste?
Yummy. Like paper.
Oh.
Like
Is it edible paper?
Digital. It's like it's e-ink. It's digital paper.
There's like way more confetti than showing on the screen. It's just like,
Yeah, it's like it's all over the place.
it's all over the place. Very much appreciated.
Yes, there's so much. I want to position it maybe closer to the thing. There we go. There might be more confetti if more confetti happens. I've actually managed to think of a typunks in the meanwhile.
All right.
Actually, multiple. So I have like one, like, you know, I've been like using Linux. Like part of it is like my typunks. It's like, you know, like there's like some stuff that just generally works. That's like super cool. And one of the things is, you know, Steam, because Steam just literally lets you play all the games. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Like, you know, because like when I switched to Linux, I was kind of using it, you know, just play a bunch of games. And one of the games I was playing is Noita. And I actually got my first God run on Linux. Like I ended up like stacking like tons of perks and then turned the world into gold, and then I couldn't really die, which I needed to do to end the game, and then I finally managed a way to die, and it was the first God run. And it's funny because it happens when I played it like on Linux. So this is my typunks.
You did give me a proper typunks. I found out, this is another Linux related one. I found out recently you can forward USB ports over IP on Linux using something called USB IP that's apparently built into the kernel since like 2014, which is crazy. You need to grab like a package to interface with it, but like it's just in the kernel, and you can use a USB port on another computer over the internet, and it's great. It's really cool.
What device did you need to internet?
Nothing in particular. I just thought it was cool. Like I played like a little MIDI keyboard over the USB over IP. I plugged in a USB drive as well and transferred files just to test it.
Nice.
It was pretty neat. I even played audio through it through like a USB audio device.
That's really cool. You can just like it just works.
Yeah, it just works.
Javid in the chat says that they've used it to play with their Steam Deck controller on the PC, which is something I hadn't thought about.
Some people have been using it for like their Lighthouse dongles, so they can put them on a Raspberry Pi.
Oh.
And then move them to a place without interference.
Oh, that's cool. That must be like also like, sounds like it's like pretty low latency for that too.
Oh yeah, it's like especially if both of your computer and the thing are wired, it's like 0.2 milliseconds of latency at most.
Yeah, it's really good. I haven't thought about it. Like this can be literally just forwarding USB.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. That's my typunks.
Should be able to move to the next one.
Yep.
Oh, this got scrolled.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's quite a bit.
I guess with the Steam Deck controller and the USB thing, could you like emulate the Wii U? Because you've got like a main screen and then you've got like the Steam controller screen.
I suppose so, maybe.
Modify Arc is asking, can you go into a little detail as to how you achieve the green screen in Resonite? It's just unlit material with green color.
Yeah,
There's not much to it.
it's just literally, I think it's just green 255.
Actually, there's a little bit to it. It was actually Snooper who set this up. There's also like a snapper on it, so like the questions kind of snap. And there's like a slider, but I think I disabled it. It looks disabled, where I can like move it up and down. But there's mostly it's just kind of like green material, and
That's why you can see the green border around it as well.
yeah, you can see all
It's
it.
chroma keyed in OBS.
Yeah, chroma key.
It's
in
just a
OBS.
chroma key, yeah. One of the good things about it, though, as a chroma key, is because it's a computer application rendering green, you don't have the usual sort of like hot spots with lighting on like a
Yes.
blanket green screen.
The fun technical detail is that it's using NDI over network, so that's not even a direct input. It's network video.
It's using NDI over network.
We can like hear Snooper, but he's giving us all the tech details.
Yes.
And throwing foxes.
Throwing foxes at me. Oh, this is so cute.
Skipping those. That's like out of the ray tracing. We're talking about reality. Alexa Trist was asking, man, WCF, what are these nerds talking about?
It's a friend of mine. I told them to tune in, and so they just asked that.
Resonite. We're talking about Resonite
We are
and
talking
Linux
about
and like other nerd stuff. We're talking about nerd stuff.
We're all talking about nerd stuff. Sometimes I worry about like how like balanced we are between like nerdy and non-nerdy, because I know some people's brains just sort of switch off. So do let us know if we need like a ELI 5 version of anything, and we'll try.
Or ask us non-nerd questions.
Yeah, non-nerd questions like turkey or ham.
Hammerkey.
Neither.
I
I just had the potatoes.
Ham
I'm not
turkey.
much of a meat eater.
Yeah. Oh, I like both.
What is that Twitch badge?
I don't know.
Do you know what this Twitch badge is?
badge?
What, the purple little face guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't use Twitch. Oh.
Okay, I got a question for chat then. What is the purple face badge? Random ICT, you've got it. I think Electra had it as well. Anyway, carry on.
I also got a question from Colin. He's asking, is this render written in Holy C? I hope not. I mean, like, it hasn't crashed yet, so I don't think so.
Probably not, yeah. Well, would it be written in... It would have to be written in some kind of shading language, of course, right?
Javen says September 2024.
Okay.
There we go. I was just puzzled because it was like a smiley face. It looked out of place.
Next question is from Metal Frame Dragon. They're asking, since we're talking about GitHub of the universe, what's a positive thing you've had happen this Christmas?
That's kind of the...
The Christmas? Just spending time with people and like, you know, having fun, having good food.
All of it, I guess.
Yeah. It's just generally been good.
I fell asleep downstairs on a beanbag, and I woke up and it was just very peaceful because like there's just people around you that are like friendly, like awesome, and enjoying the holidays together. And I don't know. I don't usually fall asleep in a room full of people.
I don't have to worry about work for a while, which is nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much mine too, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there you go. Now you
Thank
can see all the
you.
confetti.
We got more. Yeah.
Oh, that's Eric Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Earthmark.
Thank you. Let's see. Level Up is asking, is there Bloopy lore?
Bloopy.
I think I mean Gloopy.
It's gloopy with a G. G.
I mean,
Gloopy.
there's a bit of a lore, I guess.
I mean, yeah, because it's like it's based on like some
The-
electron orbital, right?
Yeah, it's like the probability cloud of like the hydrogen like atom, and it's like a slice because it's like 3-dimensional, but it's like a slice through it. And it's kind of the lore because like some of the like Resonite stuff is like the theme is like, you know, around like universe, you know, like, and like the fundamental laws of physics, and like Resonite in a way it's like, you know, its own universe, where like, you know, we can pretty much create whatever we want, like with your mind, and it's like there's this sort of like lore where like, you know, it's all the different parallel realities that can exist within this one place, and you have control like over them. You can make them whatever you want. You can make them connected however you want. And the Resonite, you know, it's like part of like the idea like for the name of it was that it's sort of like a particle, like fundamental elementary particle that lets you travel to other like, you know, parallel universes that are from people's imaginations. And whatever can happen, whatever you can experience, it's all canon. It's all part of the same sort of virtual multiverse of, you know, where reality can be like whatever you make it.
One day we'll have time to fully work on the lore. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get like a Netflix deal or something.
Oh, yeah, we did before.
Oh man, wouldn't that be fun?
Froox Saves the World, Season 1.
What?
Well, you can just press the save button for that, and then the movie's over.
One episode, Control S, credits.
Yep.
Next question is from Epic Easton. Wait, are you just putting questions in front of a neon green quad?
Yes. Not that question though.
It's a bit more complicated.
Do we?
Yeah.
Is it showing on the stream?
What's going on?
Did the chroma key explode?
Next
Oh, there we go.
question is from Likeable Artist. Was face tracking implemented before unified blend shapes? Asking because I find it hard to match unified blend shapes to what's in the component. Yes, long before then. When I originally worked on like face tracking, it was like with a dev kit from like HTC for the facial tracker, and at that point like they were not even sure if they're gonna make it a product. Like, but I sent it to a bunch of developers. They were like, you know, like have fun with it, like, you know, experiment with it, and I did a bunch of videos, and some of those videos like kind of took off, and apparently like, you know, they got like very interested, like, you know, into making an actual product. Like they got a lot of interest from people, and then made them like, it contributed them like, you know, thinking like, let's make this actual product, and eventually they did, and then like, you know, other companies started like doing face tracking. So. Like at least like, well, started doing face tracking as in like actually putting into products, because there were a lot of companies, you know, working on it in labs, but like there wasn't something that was really like, you know, available to consumers in VR headsets. But yeah, like the implementation is like very old. It kind of predates like all of that stuff. So yeah.
One of the things I wish we could do better about that, and I'm not really sure how, because it's mostly a documentation issue, is like indicating like how many standards we support.
Yeah.
Because we run what's called heuristics, right? So if you throw a blend shape name at us and we think it looks like one for A, we'll give it to the A like classifier of the boobly-doos.
The blooby-doos.
I realize I was just talking about like more speech-based ones, but it kind of overlaps as well. Like it's we map like something to your blend shape, and we can change that mapping, and we can make it any standard we want can apply.
Yeah.
And that's one that's easy to test as well. You just put in a blend shape name and then the expected output of like what it should do as a test, and you can go through it.
Yeah. And there's also like one of those tricky things, like where some things also support multiple standards, or it's just like, you know, it's one of those things, like, because like our system already was made like to be like, okay, this is sort of like unifying standards, but there's like, you know, another like unified, you know, standard, and like we need to like match that one, and actually like increase like the coverage with some of the like, you know, like Project Babel, which also like, you know, they give us a certificate, and we kind of added like a bunch of things that like our system didn't support before. But it's still like kind of tricky because like Prime said, like the heuristics, they kind of have to figure it out, and sometimes like you know, people name things differently, so it doesn't quite like match. So it gets kind of like a bit like messy. It's the similar issue like with bones, like where like, you know,
I was just thinking bones.
yeah, like they can be named like all kind of different things, and sometimes you find like super weird stuff, like where like people just like they'll like we've got like even some rigs like where like the left leg was called the right leg, and the system was not importing it right. And I'm like, oh yeah, because the left leg is called the right leg, so the system's like, well, there's no left leg, and it gets very messy.
I actually found it was a long time ago, but I want to mention it because it's poignant. I found in the code, Froox at some point had to add a special case to ignore a bone called necklace.
Yes.
Because it was being flagged as the neck. They had some sort of like necklace on their character that had bones, so it could probably dynamic bone or something. So yeah, now necklace is not a valid neck bone name.
Yeah. There's a lot of cases like that because like we try to like make the heuristics broad. So like for example, it looks like for the keyword neck, because sometimes you get like neck something, and it's still a neck, but necklace is not actual neck, and it's just like this is a problem like with a hip bone, because like some rigs they'll call this bone like the thigh, they call that hip, and some will call like the pelvis hip. So there's like ambiguity. Is it like hip as in like the thigh, or is it hip as in like your pelvis? And kind of need to expand the system. Like actually one thing I want to do with the bone one is like make it more so it sort of like looks at the structure of it and like the geometry of it, and tries to like use that for the heuristics. Because they kind of like get around a lot of the like weird naming issues. But even then, like there's lots of rigs, and like I remember there was like one rig where normally you have like one bone here, because like you move around your elbow. There was one rig where it was like one bone here, joint here, one bone here, another bone here, joint here, another bone here, and I was like, why is it like that?
Like an accordion arm?
Yeah, like why is there like?
Is it like a car crash
It's
model or
probably,
something?
it might be for like twisting, so it can like
Probably, yeah.
so it can like blend the mesh a bit better.
Something we do see a lot is additional bones for weight painting reasons, and we need to, in some cases, like include them because people want them to move, and in some cases not include them because they're not meant to move. I hate weight painting.
There's just so many standards like that are not covered by any one standard. Even unified standard doesn't cover all of like the possible blend shapes. Like I don't think it covers some of like the MetaQuest ones.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't cover some of like the Vive ones, and then none of those two cover each other fully either. So
It's messy.
yeah, it's very messy.
XKCD
Like,
standards.
I mean, it's also like another trick, because like it's also like one thing having the standards. The other trick is like having people follow them.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think that's probably
we're good on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So how are we on time? We still got like about 40 minutes left.
How many questions we got left?
Looks like greater than 5.
Okay.
Probably around 10.
Sarah was asking who's behind the camera. The cameras are on tripods, and there's also multiple. But we don't have like a snooper here who's like managing all this stuff.
Yeah, we have one of
See,
the.
there we go. You see,
yeah,
that's snooper right
that's
there.
That's one of the production team.
Yeah.
They were chewing on the light cables earlier.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why it was breaking. Next question is from Phoenix Bird Creature. Do you hear anything about Steam Frame dev kit yet? No. Valve,
Very,
please.
very tragedy.
Please, Valve, please.
We love you, Val. We love you.
We'll love you more if you give us dev kit.
They're in Seattle. Maybe we should just like park a car
Just be like, hi, dev kit, please.
Go there in person with a cake. They're not going to like turn you down if you've got a cake.
Yeah, but the cake is a lie.
Yeah, help a budding VR platform out.
Yeah,
Help
let's just
me out.
Valve, please. Next one is from Inari. Next one is from Inari TF. What is the plan for performance in regards having a lot of people in a single instance? So we kind of did like a big update. We had a big performance update with the splitting, and it dramatically helped, how many people you can have in an instance. So we've already kind of like done a bunch, but there's of course like always more stuff we can do. So like some of the stuff in the future, we can do like official kind of calling systems. So you can actually it can actually sort of like reduce the performance for people who are far away. And one of the systems that's going to help with that is also the variable rate update system, where stuff in the world, not everything needs to update, at the full, say like you're running at 90 FPS, not everything needs to update, at 90 FPS. If somebody's like really far away, you can barely see them, or maybe you don't even see them at all, maybe they can just update at 10 FPS. And suddenly now you have like a lot more performance budget because like people who are far away, they're both kind of cold, maybe it's showing like a simplified model or like a imposter, and they're also not updating as often, which helps like, scale the performance better and put your performance budget where it matters, being on people who are near you. So that will like generally help a lot too. So there's a whole bunch of things we want to do. There's like occlusion systems too, like which kind of ties into this as well, like where you don't update, or even like just don't update at all. If we can't see somebody, if they're like in a different room, maybe they don't need to be updated. So there's definitely going to be more stuff in the future, but
the room one's challenging because like they could be physically located close to each other,
yeah,
but there's a wall between them.
Yeah, like that usually needs like some kind of like occlusion system where you can figure out, okay, like you can't see stuff here from here, but like even generally just based on distance, like it can help.
Of course.
And of course, like the splitting, that helped a lot because like you can like now host much bigger sessions than you were able to before.
So, for the rest of the people who don't know what the term splitting means, what does the splitting actually mean? Because I realize that we say splitting all the time, but people are like, what is that? What is that word?
That's essentially our like fun name for the big performance update we had earlier this year, where we moved our main engine, Froox engine, we moved it out of Unity into its own process running with much more modern runtime. At the time of splitting, it was .NET 9, now it's actually .NET 10, which gave even a bit more like performance boost. And this runtime is like way faster than the one that's like within Unity. So Unity now essentially just runs as its own process. It doesn't handle any of our like, actual engine logic. And only handles pretty much like mostly the rendering. And this has helped like dramatically improve the performance. There's multiple times like faster than it was before when the entire engine was embedded within Unity itself. So essentially, it was our first like big performance update. There's more updates to performance we'll do in the future, but this was probably our biggest one. There's gonna be another big ones in the future. But yeah, that pretty much covers it, I think.
While it was big, it's sort of like the start of the performance journey, but it was like a big chapter. It was like Lord of the Rings 1, like.
It affected more than the performance too, because like just being able to use modern runtime, we can now use like more modern libraries. We can sync up with like some other ones. It makes the development process easier because like you could just like when I'm in Visual Studio, I can literally just like run in debug, put a bunch of breakpoints, do stuff, and hit the breakpoints, and it just kind of like it makes the whole development process much easier. So then being able to like use just modern runtime like helps a lot.
Yeah, to kind of animate the concept, the splitting was us shaking off all of like the training weights, and we've now leaped into the air, and then the rest of the performance updates are going to be us spreading our wings and flying.
I wouldn't say all of them, but because like we still do want to like yeet Unity, because Unity is still holding some stuff. But like for most of the engine, it definitely is kind of like that, where we can use more modern things. Like we don't need to like write like a lot of the code. What even like was written in a sort of weird way, and some people would sometimes decompose. They're like, why is this like this? And the reason for a lot of it is like because like some things, if you write them in modern runtime for C#, they're fast if you write them that way, but it's not true for Unity. Like Unity, because it uses a very old runtime, those things actually run slower, and we had to do a lot of like optimizing to make it run within Unity better, but it made the code kind of weird. And now we don't need to do that anymore because like we're not like tied to the old runtime.
Oh, I can't wait to use the modern generic math library. That's gonna be so nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much nicer. But yeah, I think that kind of covers this question. Let's see. How many we have? We have quite a bit. We might need
to my goodness.
We might need to like start speeding a little bit.
Yeah, let's start speeding.
Let's start speeding. Maybe combine them as well. Like if you scroll up and down and then there's like a couple of a similar topic, we could combine them.
If there's like a similar one, we'll probably just like
skip it. Yeah, okay.
I'll skip it. It's on Twitch.
Do we maybe want to also cut off questions?
Yeah, like we're gonna, like at this point, I would say like if you ask a question, it might not show up.
Yep.
We're getting quite a bit. It's on Twitch. When we will get, I'm just gonna like speed run. When we will get IRL edition of Resonite recap? Probably not. Next one's asking, great to see all together. I may kind of cover this one. They're asking about New Year's resolutions. We're like talking about the New Year, so I think we can skip that one. But Space Gator's asking, the actual question is, are there IK updates in the works, or has there been any ideas established yet to rework the current IK? Yes, it's one of those things, like we want to improve, that's pretty high on the list. We already actually kind of started part of the process. We collected a lot of like user feedback. There's like a discussion on our GitHub. I recommend checking it out, but it's definitely one of those things we want to be working on soon, TM. Fairtex is asking, can you give us an idea of upcoming feature you have planned or would like to implement? There's a whole bunch on GitHub. Check our GitHub. There's a lot of them.
There's also the tech tree, which might help. It's like a flowcharty diagram that sort of explains how various feature items are linked. There are no timelines or dates on that, which is part of the reason why it's crafted like that, is to just sort of show you like we're working on all of this stuff and like here's where we're going. You can check that out on the wiki.
Yeah. It's also just, there's like also project boards, like, for specific things like performance, UI, stuff like, so we have a lot of like features. It's
almost to the point where like if you thought of it, we're probably on our feature list. Probably.
I do have like a fun list too, like there's like Froox fun issues like board on the GitHub, and there's like a bunch of them. Like one of the ones I did like recently, that's gonna be like coming out soon is the sub-emitters for particles and some like other small things. Also, actually, one more thing, I do recommend checking out the devlog because usually that has like stuff like we've been like working on. Modify Art is asking, what are use cases for box and unbox part of like nodes? Oh. Oh no. Are we having issues?
Sorry, the renderer crashed.
It's the renderer crashed. Yeah, it's rebooting right now. Oh, that one crashed too. Oh, there we go. We got this one. I'll be like, hello. I can answer this one like this. It's pretty much like if you have a node that needs the values as an object instead of just like a value. So if you have like something that like requires it as an input, like you use those nodes.
So it's more like a compatibility thing with other nodes.
Like some things like require essentially values to be passed as an object instead of like a value.
Yeah, for like some of the non-programmery people, that just basically takes the value and puts it on the heap, your RAM, basically in your RAM.
For the non-technical people, and then explains the heap.
Well, the heap. The heap is just the RAM.
It is a very technical question for a technical thing.
It just puts in your RAM.
If you're using those nodes, you'll know why you're using them because the nodes require that.
Okay.
We're working on getting the other cameras resolved. Once again, the renderer. Yeah, we're working on fixing the renderer right now.
Yeah.
And big shout out to the crew behind the scenes who are scrambling right now to fix stuff.
Yes. Phoenix Bird Creature was asking, do you have any recommendations for good ways to relax and de-stress these holidays?
Don't run a stream.
Don't run a stream.
Don't run a stream. Don't do stuff.
Eat copious amounts of food and drink copious amounts of eggnog and sleep for copious amounts of time.
I do have one which is a bit different than that, which is to spend some time with yourself. So many people don't do that. Put your phone away, sit quietly. I don't want to say the words meditate because, like, you know, that's like an actual activity, and I don't want to like guide what you want to do. But like, hey, watch the sunset, enjoy the breeze,
Look at the snow.
look at the snow.
Snow, eat the snow if it's fresh and not by a road.
Think about life and all the things that make you happy.
Put your phone on silent and then never turn it off silent.
Next question is from Check the Fox Otters asking, in the spirit of working on personal projects for mental health, question to each one of you, what is something you're really passionate about and would like to work on regardless of usual prioritization?
I want to implement Tracy's support really badly all the time, every single day, to get cool profiling statistics for Resonite.
I want to get the entire LNL stack unit tested.
Oh
So-
my.
The reason behind that is because like we have battled, like Froox and I have battled the LNL stack for like years, and now I want to sort of like lock it in place as like a good unit testing thing, and then we can improve it a little bit more. There's just some edge cases. Other than that, on a more personal note, I think one of our shaders for rendering like 3D data is like not shadering right now or something. I just haven't had a chance to look at it. So my full color MRI isn't rendering, but the black and white one does render, and like that's as far as I've got. Like I haven't even had time to pull out an inspector and take a look.
For me, it's been like doing like bunch of like stuff for the Photon does, because like I really like Breaking Particle System, and it's kind of like why I've been making like some more modules for it and additions. That's like another thing that like I just kind of keep thinking, oh my god, thank you Honvi. What I've been thinking about a lot is like running Resonite as an overlay. I kind of just want to do that one because I think it's gonna be cool, and like it also let me like run Resonite like when playing Minecraft in VR and like other stuff. But I also think it might just be like one of those things that just completely kind of changes the game in like how you can use Resonite, and I want to see like what kind of impact it'll have.
We're sort of prototyping it now with this sort of mixed setup that we've got.
Sorry. Yeah, it's overlaying Resonite and reality.
Yeah.
And the overlay would be essentially like, it's like Resonate's like the augmented reality layer on top of another game.
Ah, I see, yeah.
When we say prototype, there's no special sauce going on here. It's just, there's a green screen.
It's a green square.
That's a good.
Yeah, it's just a green screen.
All hail the green square.
Okay, let's see. Next one.
Oh, that's a chonker.
Next one is from Snappy Dirk. Snappy Dirk is asking, maybe a bit bored to ramble, if it's okay, where do you see virtual reality being with the next 5 years in regards to both software and hardware and consumer adoption? Hopefully more than now.
I think it will be more than now. It's people clearly want it. There's clearly a market for it, and if how many people want the Steam frames anything to go by, there is definitely demand for it. So I would be shocked if it wasn't bigger than it is now.
I've got a couple of specific things on my wish list. Lighter weight headsets. Explorations into, I don't even know like what I'm talking about when I say lenses, but like exploration into lenses, right? It's like, it feels like at a certain point, all the VR headset manufacturers were just copying each other. We need someone to like push.
I want varifocal lenses.
Push, right? And we're starting to see that now. We've got things like Flux Pose, where it's like a magnetic field system to track full body. You've got to remember that for like the average person, to get them into VR, the goal is to not mess their hair up. And it's ridiculous as that sounds, but I've been in many corporate meetings, and it's like, oh yeah, I would go in VR, but I don't want to mess my hair up.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know how to answer that.
Don't mess their hair up and don't make them puke.
That's another one, yeah. So to do that, what we should do is take a person like that and put them onto Froox's Pi with the shaking feature.
Yeah, of course.
So we got 20 minutes left.
Okay.
We should be speeding up.
Speed up.
Don't invert little people.
Don't invert, like don't take people and grab them and put them upside down is what I'm being told.
Question from Alex Boo23. Why is volume on video texture provider not working? We don't know. Make a GitHub issue, please. If there's a bug with it, we need a report.
You also generally change the volume on the audio output, not the video texture provider.
That doesn't matter. Like the main thing is like if it's broken, there should be a GitHub issue.
There should be a GitHub issue. Yeah. I haven't looked at a video texture provider component ever in the source code.
Next one, Navy 3001. When will Steam Store requirements page be updated? At some point, like we kind of discussed it a bit, but there's like ambiguity with how to update some things. Like we're probably gonna do like, you know, because like Windows 10 got deprecated and stuff like that, we need to update it. But generally, like I said before, we don't do when. It'll happen at some point. Like we've been looking into it, but
yeah, any question with when is going to be met with when it happens.
It's probably like usually for questions like this, it's better to ask like, you know, is this something like you want to like update? Like, you know, like have you been thinking about it? Like, you know. We generally don't do like dates for questions like this.
If you want to make sure that something's on our brain, my brain is full, and so the GitHub is my backup brain.
Yep.
Next questions from Earthmark. Great many user-developed tools have come around for building protoflags. Are there plans to pull some of those features into their base tools, or pulling some of these tools into base flags devs experience? I mean, kind of. So it depends like what it is. There's like a bunch of stuff that's already been integrated with the protoflags tool, because like generally like with the tools we have the philosophy of like what's implemented in the code is, and we're kind of like shifting towards it. So like not every tool follows it, but the newer tools will often follow it more, and we kind of want to transition to older tools. But like where the core tool just provides the core functionality, and then like you actually build around it. It provides you with like, you know, interfaces and stuff to build additional functionality in game. Because we've been generally moving towards implementing more stuff in game. And a good example of that is, for example, the video players. Like the old video players, they were like hard-coded, like all the UI was hard-coded. It was very hard to work with, very hard to modify. And what we did is we switched to the entity interfaces, where, you know, like it's just like, okay, here's the URL, here's some of the parameters, everything else is built in game from like more general primitives. And we're kind of doing similar thing, like, you know, for generally most things in Resonite, where, you know, the tools they provide, for example, you with some state and values, but like the tools, like the additional functionality, like for example, the grid snapping, we don't need to implement that in code because they can be actually implemented, you know, in protoflags. And we can maybe provide more mechanisms to make it like easier, more sort of like foundation for it. But generally, even for the official tools, we'll like, you know, have our team like, you know, build it in game. So depending on what it is, there's definitely stuff like we want to add, like you were talking about stuff like, you know, what's it called? Like, you know, no blueprints, red prints, and like, you know, like whatever.
The various snapping planes.
Various snapping planes. There's like stuff we want to like do officially, and we want to expand the system so it's kind of easier to build those systems so it better works like natively. But also we're probably going to approach it in a way where, like all the, you know, interfaces and like the visuals and stuff, like all of it is going to be built in game instead of like, you know, us hard coding it. So
yeah,
generally yes, but
there are a lot of things that like we do want to add to it as well. Like there's stuff that, because I use Protoflux a lot myself, and some of our other developers do, so that we have a very good idea of like how to make it better. We want to make the visuals for it better too at some point. There's already like concepts for those, we just haven't gotten around to them yet. We will get around to them, but we do have a pretty good idea of how to make it better.
I also promised to spell check the nodes in the future. I added an update with like a couple of nodes spelt wrong, and no one caught it, so.
Okay. Colin is asking, Prime, have you ever tried working with programmer socks?
No. I usually do like what I'm wearing now and a bathrobe when I'm programming though, unless it's like the summer. It's like warm and cozy and comfy. Sometimes hood up and headphones on as well. I look like some sort of like druid.
Next one is Shadow is asking, you got to 3D scan the set and use it in the next game, next Resonance. I would kind of funny, but there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, there's a.
We could just scan like that part.
Yeah, we could like scan maybe this part. That'd be funny.
We can maybe use reference and recreate it or something. I don't know.
We'll think about it. We'll see how this stuff goes.
How much time do we got left?
We've got 15 minutes.
All right.
Zayden is asking, who's the person controlling the cameras? That's Snooper.
So just going to call them out again.
And we also have Foxword on audio. And we also had like Kajuma and Kalanade, like who kind of help like the camera setup and stuff and fixing them up.
We did.
Huh?
They're making hand signals at each other we don't understand.
Yes.
I'll just say it again. Foxworth Audio, Snooper cameras, done. If you don't know these guys, they're awesome.
They are our lovely impromptu AV crew for today.
We can answer this one when going through things.
Yeah, just keeps them up, I guess.
It's just like Froox is of us busy. A bit late for that.
Whoops.
This one should be a quick one. Papaltine's asking, would we get Perflex nodes to work with collections like Link? There might be some nodes that are like similar to that, but like it's not about Link itself.
Yeah, Link would be kind of interesting
It
to
doesn't
translate
quite
to
like the
node
map.
base.
I can never remember if Link is bad or good.
Oh, okay. Yes. Don't worry, you'll see.
I don't know, if you put like Link is slow into like YouTube, like half the videos will be like, yeah, Link is slow, and half the videos will be like, Link has improved in .NET 10 and is now not slow, and I just...
It is quite improved in .NET 10. It's very much not slow anymore.
Dynamos is asking, any ideas floating around for Perflex in component autocomplete? I don't know what autocomplete exactly is, like search?
Kind of like how when you're typing and it shows the function name that you can, like the list of stuff. Imagine that, like you pull out a thing and it shows you a list of nodes that would be tangentially related to what you might want to do. Blender does this.
I mean, it's kind of like search, so like I don't know if it's like different from that, because like it didn't like type the code the same way.
It's where like if you pull out a node, it will show you various options for in that context for what you might want to do. So Blender, like if you pull out a node from like an add node, it'll be like, another math operation would be in the list for you to choose. I
mean, if they mean that, like maybe they would need to kind of clarify, but I don't think there's gonna be time for that.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you for the raid. I've been like thinking about like, you know, like do you want like search, or do you want like, you know, sort of like hints for like nodes, like be like, okay, like maybe this, or maybe this is like a recently thing. So there's
fuzzy searching as well. Like it's not just going to be like left to right searching.
I like Jay's question.
Fairtex is asking, would it ever be possible to stream your desktop into Resonite variable for other people, kind of like floating video player that shows your live desktop stream? Yeah, there's like one of those things we do want to add. It is that requires a fair bit of implementation, because like we need to have like video streaming. So that's kind of like the base component. Once that's implemented, like we can stream any texture, which can include, you know, like, you know, your desktop. So it's something we want to add. It's gonna probably happen at some point, but I'm not sure exactly.
I just got like occluded by you.
I like that one.
What is one of Jay's asking?
You can read that.
Yeah,
when will wearing a collar be added to company dress code?
I don't know. I'm wearing mine.
I don't think we can legally require that.
Not legally required, but allowed.
Definitely allowed.
Reasons to make Prime quit quickly.
Basement is asking, just kind of speeding through these because we're kind of running out of time. Are you guys doing a New Year's party in game? Probably not. Like we're probably like doing in-person event. Somebody will probably have it open. This is the creator jam one. So like if you're
there
in
is
game,
the creator jam one.
join the creator jam. We'll probably have it like open like on a screen or something. Maybe it's reason one. What I mean is performance metrics.
That was Navy's question earlier,
yes.
where they were asking about items and stuff.
Yeah. And there's like some stuff we can get like from debug dialog. We do want to like add, you know, more stuff like so we can measure performance of things. But there's already like some things.
If you isolate your object to an empty world and then play around with it, you can find issues.
That's a good way.
Also, if you go to an empty world and spawn like 100 copies of your avatar, you'll figure out if there's a problem.
Yeah, it's a good way to sort of like A/B test like different things. And we have like the debug dialog where we get a bunch of metrics, but we definitely do want to add more.
Oh yeah, man, much more.
Where did I do this one? Started this one. Steam developer. Oh no. Jack the Fox Otter. So is Prime actually furry now?
Identity is a complex subject. I don't know.
Speaking of,
we might have
a special guest.
We might have a special guest. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, take my chair. I need to use the restroom.
Oh, hi, Chroma.
Oh, you can have mine.
Yeah, the chair's
Look.
right here. There you go.
We have Chroma here.
Yeah, we have Chroma now.
And he managed to equip his avatar.
This for me? Okay. I need to talk. Thank you.
We have a somewhat bent key for something, which I don't know what this is for.
I don't know what does this do.
It's a chroma key.
Oh my god, it's a chroma key.
It's a chroma
Oh my
key.
god.
I see.
But we shouldn't get keyed. Hello?
Do dogs talk? No, dogs don't talk? Okay.
Oh, the audio's broken.
Oh, yeah.
Must be using Linux. Sorry.
This is where you get mauled live on stream.
But yeah, we have Chroma here. And he managed to equip his avatar.
Yeah.
And hello, Chroma.
Chroma at least has guest permissions.
Yeah.
Because they're guest star.
The guest star.
That's why they get guest.
But we could be also spectator because it's a spectacle.
Well, we're the spectators. We're spectating the spectacle.
Yeah, we're spectating the spectacle.
Our guest spectacle.
Or we could be a builder because we got to build a fursuit.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be, I think, that one right there.
So yeah, like he's also sitting in Prime, so he's like Prime turned to furry. Prime turned to Chroma, who's a furry.
I guess, yeah. Sorry, I spaced out for a second.
Yes. I don't know what to do. He wants the key back.
Yeah. Oh, there's,
Oh.
They're trying to chroma key something.
Wait, is that a sticker?
It looks like a sticker.
Do you need help?
Oh.
Okay.
Just pretend it sticks.
Okay.
So you've been keyed.
I've been keyed.
You've been keyed.
I can... There.
Oh, there we go, that works.
I've been chroma keyed. Was this the perfect... Oh. I guess they're gonna just sit here now.
There we go. There we go, we got a dog.
Doggy!
It's doggy.
Doggy. What big ears you have?
Should we do more questions while we have a dog?
How much time do we got left?
We've got 10 minutes. Actually 8 now.
Alright. We can maybe fit a couple more questions in.
So I hope this answers the question.
Yeah, I hope
this was a really good timing for this question.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got lots of subs from BD underscore. Sox the Felix is asking, when can we install Linux in Resonite? Probably when we have WebAssembly support. Like once that's in, like that opens door to things. Oh yeah, and also Snooper's asking us to say hi to all the furry animals downstairs. So, hi.
Hello, all the furry animals downstairs.
Hello. Can you hear us?
We have a bunch of friends downstairs watching the stream.
Yes. Oh my god.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but...
Well, I think we know what the delay is.
Yeah, we know what a delay is. we just hear like huge like cacophony of like hi. That was beautiful.
Okay, I got confirmation from chat that they heard that.
Nice. Alex 2PI is asking, speaking of green screen, support for transparency for a streamer camera could only be expected after switching to a graphics engine. I covered Chroma, I'm sorry.
Just put it above, yeah, there we go.
There we go, we're kind of a group.
You're good.
Chroma, you're good. that'd be good. Well, I don't think we need to switch to graphics.
Yeah, it doesn't, because I made a model a long time ago that took one of the camera buffers and like put it out through NDI or whatever. So like you can, it is possible. You know, it's not explicitly reliant on the graphics engine as long as we have a buffer to the pixels that make up the render texture. We can do that.
I think it should work with Unity. So like I think it's doable.
Yeah.
I don't want to like kind of maybe look into it because I want to do like more streaming and overlay stuff, but there's also like a lot of things. Next question is from the Baseman. Oh, I keep covering Chroma because I'm.
Thank you, Chroma. I've been Chroma keyed.
The Baseman is asking, did any of you make VRChat content before working on the Resonite? It's a funny thing. I used to make lots of shaders for VRChat back in 2013.
13?
And 14. Back when DK1 was a thing, I was like using it and I kind of stopped using it because I thought VRChat's gonna become like what Resonite is, like where you can like do all those stuff in game, but it kind of didn't, and so I kind of lead my stuff I've been working on like more into that direction. But I did like some stuff like very early on.
I think I made like one rendition of my avatar a really long time ago, which like used like the eye tracking mod back then, but I just never updated it because, well, I mean, you can't use mods anymore, and I don't want to do it over OSC, so I just never did it, and I don't know if I really will do it.
I got my start in Gary's mod, did a bunch of stuff there. Cyro 2, Gary's mod. VRChat, I just made content for myself, never in it for anyone else. It was just like my avatars and learning as well. It took me 2 weeks to figure out how to change the color of an avatar's apparel because I didn't know what was going on. But I learned how to do that.
Yeah, we're talking about where we started. I did also start in Gary's mod, as evidenced by the little G there.
Like
also still a lot of questions.
There are, so we are not going to get to pretty much any of those. There are too many.
We're not gonna get to any.
I guess maybe pick one more good one.
So let's pick some interesting stuff. Special folks. I'm just gonna like quickly. Are plans to improve UI for desktop users? Yes. Yeah. Snooper, when will Froox get a quieter laptop? It could be worse. I put it in eco mode. I need the performance.
Wait, this is already in quiet mode?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it has even quieter one, but then like it'll be dying.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could be.
It could be much worse.
Ow, my ears.
Sorry, we're just deafening our AV crew real quick.
Green okay, any less plugins, something. Make it a GitHub issue, yes. 7.1 makes other features and development. That's a long one. Crystal Candy. There's actually a bunch of like chatting things. Can speak for a GitHub issue above your. Oh, we can. Oh my God, we can spawn the thing. Where is it?
Yeah, this.
Where did I save it?
This will be the last bit.
This is the last bit where I don't know where I saved it. That's the problem.
If you can find it, we got 2 minutes left.
Oh my God, where is it?
T-minus 2 minutes.
Oh my God, isn't it cool things? No, where did I save it? I swear I saved it somewhere. No, I don't want to be that. Tools? I don't know where it is. It's a really great thing like for me to have like search implemented already, but fortunately not.
Is it in your main screen there?
Oh yes, oh my God, yes. Perfect.
Yeah, we got it.
Perfect, we got it. Let's see.
Go.
Is this gonna work?
Can we get it?
Is this gonna work?
Yes, it's working.
Oh my God, yes, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's perfect. Like, yes, GitHub issue.
Oh, it's lining up at the top of the...
Yay.
This will keep us warm during Christmas.
Yeah, the GitHub issues keep us warm. Yeah. So, unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Like, we're kind of like in the last minute now. So, if you didn't get your question answered, like we got a little more than usual, you can bring it to the next Resonance. You can also bring it to other office hours. So Prime's doing his like on Tuesdays. There's our team one on the Wednesday, I think. I think J4 is also doing one. Check the like calendar on the Discord. There are some moderation ones that happen today before this one happens, so you have to like wait for the next week one. So yeah, like if you want to ask us anything, like there's gotta be more of these. Probably not like in person like this. It's gonna be a while before we can do another one, but there will be more. So thank you very much, like for watching. Thank you, like Cyro, Prime, like for joining, and Chroma for joining and making the stream more cute and floofy.
I'm going to do another shout out for behind the camera. We've got Snooper on cameras, we've got Foxworth on audio, we've got Kojima helping out as well. Kalinab downstairs also helping out. He ran upstairs to fix the camera halfway through.
Yep. And also thank you everyone, for like, hope everyone had like great holidays. Thank you for like, supporting this platform. Like it wouldn't like exist, without you. So thank you so much. Or a pet Chroma.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all.
And yes, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you with the next one. Thank
Goodbye.
You so much.
Bye-bye.
Oh no, Chroma died.